They thought prom night would be the night she broke down. The whispers, the cruel laughter, the expensive dresses, and the cameras flashing like daggers. It was all set up to humiliate her. When Jasmine stepped into the ballroom, she carried herself with quiet confidence. A new face, a new girl, black, tall, radiant, yet instantly marked as an outsider in a school where fitting in meant everything. The bullies had planned it weeks in advance. The accidental spill on her dress, the fake compliment about her shoes, the cruel prank waiting in the middle of the dance floor. And when it all happened, the room erupted in laughter. Phones were raised, videos were recorded, and everyone expected her to run out crying. Just another victim of high school cruelty. But what they didn't know was that Jasmine wasn't weak. She wasn't fragile. And she wasn't someone who backed down. Because outside of school, under the fluorescent lights of a gritty gym, Jasmine was a trained boxer, fast, disciplined, and ruthless. She had been through tougher battles than petty teenage bullies. Prom night wasn't her breaking point. It was the night the bullies learned that behind her silence was a strength they could never imagine. That night, the balance of power was about to shift. And when it did, no one would ever forget the name Jasmine Carter. Jasmine had only been at Ridgeway High for 3 months. Her father's new job had brought the family to a wealthy suburb where appearances mattered more than character. Her mom was a nurse, her dad a logistics manager, both hardworking, grounded people who had raised Jasmine with discipline and self-respect. But Jasmine's world had always been the boxing gym. Her uncle, a former amateur champion, had trained her since she was 12. While other kids spent Saturdays at the mall, Jasmine spent hers running laps, throwing jabs and mastering combinations. The gym wasn't just about fighting, it was about control, about refusing to let the world decide who you were. At school, though, Jasmine stayed quiet. She didn't flaunt her strength. She didn't brag about her trophies. She wanted to blend in, but Ridgeway High had its unspoken rules. The popular girls ran the hallways like a monarchy, and Jasmine was a threat the moment she walked in. Kelsey, the prom queen-to-be, made sure of it. With her designer clothes and smug smile, Kelsey treated Jasmine like a project, first pretending to be her friend, then slowly pulling the rug from under her. Snide comments about her hair, backhanded compliments about her skin, fake sympathy about being new here. Jasmine recognized the pattern, but she bit her tongue. Her father always told her, the strongest fighter knows when not to swing, so she let the insults slide. She let the rumors slide. She let the isolation slide. Until prom night. That was when Kelsey and her crew decided to make Jasmine the evening's entertainment. They told her she should wear something. Bold, because dark skin can pull it off. They convinced her to join the dance floor, only to step back at the last second, leaving her stranded as the DJ cut the music. Then came the fake crown, sprayed, with glitter that stuck to her hair like glue while the crowd laughed. It was calculated. It was cruel. And it was filmed. Jasmine stood frozen under the spotlight, glitter dripping down her curls, the sound of laughter echoing like a boxing bell. The humiliation stung, not because of the prank, but because of the betrayal of every classmate who joined in. Kelsey smirked from the sidelines, her phone raised to record. "Smile for the camera, princess," she mocked. Something inside Jasmine snapped. She didn't lash out, not yet. Instead, she straightened her back, locked eyes with Kelsey, and walked off the floor with calm precision. The crowd expected tears, but they got silence. And silence from someone like Jasmine was dangerous. In the bathroom, she stared at herself in the mirror. Glitter smeared across her face, dress ruined. Her heart pounded. Every lesson from the gym replayed in her head. Control. Breathe. Don't let them dictate your fight. When she returned to the ballroom, the bullies weren't finished. Kelsey blocked her path. "Oh, don't be mad. It was just a joke. You can take a joke, right?" Jasmine's fist tightened. The gym had taught her to channel her rage, but her body screamed for release. She wanted to hit, to strike, to make Kelsey taste the strength she'd been mocking. But Jasmine had another plan. She took the mic from the DJ, and with every eye on her, she spoke. "You all think tonight was funny. But where I come from, respect isn't a joke. It's earned." The room went silent. Kelsey laughed nervously, trying to wave it off. But Jasmine stepped closer, her voice steady. "You tried to embarrass me. But I'm not embarrassed. I'm stronger than every single one of you who stood there and laughed." The final straw came when one of Kelsey's friends shoved Jasmine's shoulder, saying, "Go home, nobody wants you here." The crowd gasped as Jasmine staggered back, but then she moved with lightning reflexes. One swift pivot, one perfectly timed move, and the girl who shoved her hit the floor with a shocked yelp. Jasmine hadn't thrown a full punch, just a controlled boxer's maneuver. Enough to send a message. The room erupted. "Whoa!" someone shouted. "She dropped her!" another yelled. Kelsey stepped forward, fury replacing her smug smile. "What the hell is wrong with you?" Jasmine didn't flinch. She raised her chin, every muscle honed from years in the gym radiating control. "You want to know what's wrong with me?" she said. "I don't let people push me around. Not in the ring. Not in life. Not here." For the first time, Kelsey's confidence cracked. The bullies who once laughed now looked nervous. Phones that had been recording mockery were now capturing Jasmine's dominance. Someone whispered, "She's a boxer. I heard she competes." The shift in the room was electric. The girl they tried to humiliate was suddenly untouchable. No one dared to laugh. No one dared to move. Jasmine didn't throw another punch. She didn't need to. Strength wasn't about destruction, it was about restraint. She helped the girl she had dropped back to her feet, looked her in the eyes and said, "That was just a warning. I don't fight for fun. I fight for respect." The message was clear. Jasmine was not a victim. By the end of the night, the videos circulating weren't of her humiliation, but of her standing tall, glitter in her hair like a crown, unshaken and unbroken. Teachers intervened, and Kelsey's crew faced suspension for harassment. But the real punishment wasn't from the school, it was from their own peers. Overnight, the bullies lost their power. They were no longer feared, no longer admired. And Jasmine? She didn't become prom queen. She didn't need to. She walked away with something more valuable: dignity, respect, and a legacy that would live far beyond one high school dance. As she left the ballroom, one of the freshman girls ran up to her. "Thank you," she whispered. "You showed us we don't have to take it." Jasmine smiled. That was her crown.